Hey everyone, welcome back to FlukyFacts. So far, in our Nobel series, we have seen how the prizes began, how they are awarded, and how great thinkers and leaders shape history through their Nobel stories. Today, we will focus on the most discussed and debated of them all, the Nobel Peace Prize. We will look at how it started, how its meaning evolved over the time, and what the 2025 Peace Prize tells us about the world today. Let's do a quick recap before we dive in. In our first video, we explore the origins of the Nobel Prizes and how Maria Corina Machado's 2025 win reflected the Nobel's integrity over politics and expectations, even against the buzz around Donald Trump's nomination. In the second video, we met some iconic laureates from Curie to King to Malaga and saw how Nobel stories mark key turning points in human progress. Now it's time for a deep dive into the Peace Prize itself, its evolution, criterion, and modern trends that continue to shape its global influence. Among all the categories, the Peace Prize stands apart. Its emotional, political, and deeply human. It triggers passionate debates every year because it connects morality, diplomacy, and politics in one decision. Understanding its evolution helps us see why certain choices, like the 2025 award, make perfect sense, even if they surprise the world. The Peace Prize traces back to the Alfred Nobel's will, which asked that a be given to those who work for fraternity between nations, the reduction of armies, and the promotion of peace congresses. While most Nobel Prizes are awarded in Sweden, the Peace Prize is uniquely handed by Norway's Nobel Committee, a decision Nobel made himself. In 1901, the very first laureates, Frederick Passy and Henry Tonan, set the tone by focusing on humanitarian works and moral courage. But what does peace really mean? The definition has changed dramatically over the decade. In the early 1900s, peace meant disarmament and humanitarian aid. By the mid 1900s, it expanded to include civil rights and global diplomacy. And in 21st century, peace now means defending democracy, education, and even fighting climate change. The Nobel Peace Prize grew as humanity's understanding of peace evolved. The process of selecting a Peace Prize winner is long, confidential, and extremely detailed. Nomination close every year on January 31st. Only certain people like professor, politician, or past laureates can nominate. Then the five members Nobel Committee studies the candidates for months, keeping everything secret for 50 years. The winner is announced in October and the ceremony takes place in December. Above all, the committee looks for long-term continuous to peace, not short-term political deals. Over the decades, the themes of the Nobel Peace Prize have evolved from war recovery and humanitarian relief in early 1900s to civil rights and decolonization in 1950s and 1970s. Then to democracy and human rights in 1980s and 2000s. And today, the focus has expanded to climate justice, equality, and freedom of speech. Each generation redefines what peace means for its time. In the beginning, most Nobel Peace Prize went to Europe and North America. But over the time, the recognition spread Asia, Africa, and Latin America began to appear more open. Since the 1990s, women laureates have also risen significantly. And in 2025, Maria Corina Machado's win for Venezuela became a milestone for Latin America, showing how the Nobel is becoming more inclusive and global. Another big change, the Nobel Committee often honors organizations rather than individuals. Groups like the Red Cross, the United Nations, and ICANN, the anti-nuclear campaign, have all received the Peace Prize. The shift recognizes that peace is not built by heroes alone. It takes collective effort, but it also raises an interesting question. Does honoring organizations make the prize stronger or less personal? What do you think? In 2025, the Nobel Peace Prize winner went to Maria Corina Machado, a Venezuela opposition leader. She was recognized for her peaceful and persistent fight for democracy in Venezuela. Her courage and nonviolence reflects the classical Nobel values that date back to its earliest laureate. This award stood out because it wasn't about power or politics. It was about moral strength and resilience. Her story reminds us that true peace begins with people who never stop believing in justice. Meanwhile, Donald Trump once again made headlines for saying he deserves the Nobel Peace Prize, citing his diplomatic efforts and ceasefire talks. It's true that he received a few nominations, including one from Malta's foreign minister, but the Nobel Committee never commented. They maintain strict confidentiality and don't respond to public campaigns. This case perfectly shows how the Nobel structure guards itself from politics and popularity. It's not about who wants the prize, it's about who lives its value. Still, see clear patterns. The Nobel Peace Prize mirrors our moral compass from wars to human rights to climate action. The focus has shifted from ending wars to empowering people, and above all, it celebrates consistency, courage, and compassion, not fame or power. That's why it continues to hold the world respect, even in a noisy, divided age. Of course, no system is perfect. Some say the Nobel has become too political and symbolic. Others point out that a few laureates later got involved in conflicts or controversies. And then there are the omissions, like Mahatma Gandhi, which still spark debate. But despite all this, the Nobel Peace Prize remains one of the world's strongest moral symbols, reminding us that peace is worth striving for. So, yes, what we learn, the meaning of peace has evolved, and so has the Nobel Prize. Maria Corina Machado's 2025 award fits perfectly in that timeline, honoring democracy and courage. Donald Trump's expectations reminds us how people interpret peace differently and how the Nobel must stay independent. But studying this evolution, we can even start to predict what future peace prizes might look alike. Before we wrap up, here are a few questions to think about. Should the Nobel Committee be more transparent about the criteria? What's new issue like AI ethics, migration, or climate could define future peace prizes? And can peace ever really be measured, or is it something we just have to keep working toward? Whatever the answer, one thing is clear: the Nobel Peace Prize continues to evolve, just like our collective hope and better world. Thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please like, share, and comment. Also, don't forget to subscribe to FlukyFacts.